Thank you for coming. We're going to go through a lot of facts and kind of how we got here and what it looks like going forward. If you don't already have scrap paper, please grab some scrap paper. If you have questions, you can write them down. We'll go over them at the end. So what is the East Branch? And that is what we're calling it now. That is not, we're not saying that is the name of it. That's just what we're referring to it as of now. It's a new expansion of the library district, purchased to serve our growing community. The former Levita Elementary School building will be transformed into a vibrant center for learning. This is an addition, not a replacement. We are keeping our current building. It is at the former elementary school. You were all of you, yes, were just over there on East Garland. It does include the playground and the outdoor space. The address is technically to be determined. We don't have an address yet. We'll get one, hopefully. So just on the map, but again, you were all there. This is the town, the red square is the building, and then up close, I don't know why it says Hidden Treasures Ministries, that's Google Maps. I pulled this from Google Maps. But you can see the red space, kind of a shared wall, which actually goes, it's not straight, but this is a box, and it includes the outdoor space. So all of that is now library property. Opening date is to be determined. We are still in the designing and planning phase. Hopefully we will have a timeline as the project advances. We definitely see it happening in phases too. Why do we need more space? A lot of people don't know that this has been several years coming. I moved to Levita in 2018, and even before that, the library was looking at purchasing properties, including what is now the Levita Mercantile. That was considered. And then in 2022, the library board then also considered purchasing the old sandstone building across the old high school. And they were looking at purchasing it and selling our Main Street property and moving everything into that building. And that did not pan out, obviously, but this has been several years coming that the library has just been needing more space, needing more space, needing more space for several reasons. Programs, storage, workspace, expanding collections. We always get the question, it'd be so cool if y'all could have a seed library or whatever, but where? We have nowhere to put these things, so it's time. Yes.
Shall I wait till the end to ask a question?
You could go ahead and ask now.
Okay. I'd like to know what your circulation statistics are for the past year or previous year, and how many people are visiting the library in a year's time frame.
I can get those numbers for you. We did just start pulling together those counts now that we're in the new year. Jamie has done a great job of running those reports. Great. So they're just not in my head. I've got a lot of numbers in my head, but those are not one of them.
Have you seen an increase in circulation and people visiting the library over the last several years?
Absolutely, yes, especially with a lot of the new families that have come to town.
I think there are a lot more people coming to the kids programs, I know.
Yes, yeah. And that's a good example as to why we need more space. Summer reading program, if it ever rains, we're in trouble. We can't fit them inside our current building. So,
thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I will get those numbers for you. So this will provide additional space for all the things that have been requested and all the challenges we have been facing with space. All right, this is a big one. So the addition of the East Branch will allow us to expand our offerings beyond traditional library services. These are not things we have dreamed up. These are things that have been requested to us over and over, or that also came out of our 2022 community survey that we did. So additional event spaces for large community programs, 60 plus attendees, as well as meeting room space. Remote workspace, we talked about that over there, some co-working space. And I'm not saying these things are going in the new building. I'm saying these are the things we can add with more space. We'll decide what goes in what building from the survey. Expanded meeting rooms for summer reading program and other youth activities. Tool library, kitchen library, music library, a local history room, a dedicated local history room, and enhance collections and resources at both locations. Again, what goes where, we'll see. We'll see what survey says. How is the library funded? The library district is funded by revenue from property tax, just like the fire district, the school district, the water district, and others. Recent increases in property taxes have granted us additional funding, which has strengthened our foundation, our financial foundation to fund this. So the purchase itself was $250,000. That works out to, it was around like $29 and some change per square foot. We did look at 5 or 6 other properties in town, and nothing came close to that as far as square foot, price per square foot. Plus it comes with all the outdoor space as a bonus and a playground. So this purchase was made possible, again, property tax revenue growth. An increase in property taxes has provided more stable operational funding. We do have a foundation. A lot of people don't know that this foundation exists. It's called the Levita Kachara Foundation, not to be confused with the Kachara Foundation. That is separate. We are the Levita Kachara Foundation. It is a 501c3. It was established in 2007 after the library's expansion then. It has been instrumental in supporting capital projects. They exist solely for capital projects for the library, and that's it. And monetary investments made by the foundation in recent years have generated a lot of income and revenue for that, and enabled to help purchase the building while still maintaining financial reserves. So we didn't even take half of it, honestly. Also, library funds. The library has also made some monetary investments in recent years that have, again, proved very positive and in our favor. So that also helped go towards that $250,000 building purchase. Again, we still have very healthy financial reserves.
Question.
Yes.
Do you know what the Book Nook contributes in terms of monetary funds?
The Book Nook on a yearly average basis contributes $5,000 a year. Now, this past year, they contributed, and this was agreed upon ahead of time, it was a one-time $20,000 gift to help offset. We repainted the exterior of the library, and that was to help offset that cost. And that was agreed upon ahead of time, that would be a one-time thing, that they gave that much because they had that much to give to, and so timing worked out. But on an annual basis, it's $5,000 from the Friends. So both the foundation and the library still have very healthy financial reserves going into this, even though we pulled $250,000 out to purchase the building. Also, we used to have a Kachara branch. The numbers did not make sense. If you want to know more about that, I'll be happy to talk to you about that. But it was unanimous across the board that we shouldn't keep pursuing that. It was not the best use of our money in comparison to circulation up there. So the funds that had been budgeted for the Kachara branch have since been redirected into the East branch. So what have we raised so far beyond the $250,000 commitment from the foundation and the library? We have sold $31,500 in growth tree leaves. We have a $20,000 pledge from the Bonicelli Family Foundation. We have a $6,000 growth tree pledge. $190 just in some of the random donations that have come in, but they wanted it specifically earmarked for this project, not just our open donation. And then $805.69 from Where Fano Gives. So we have raised $56,995.69, plus the $250,000 library commitment. Means we've already have $495,000.69 towards this project, which is 41% based on our rough estimates, Before we bought the building, we already had all the inspections done, so we knew what shape it was in. We didn't want to buy something that we knew was going to be a money pit. So based on preliminary quotes of what it costs to replace the roof and the windows and interior paint and flooring and things like that, our rough guesstimate is that the renovation is $500,000. So total project goal, $750,000. Again, we have 308, 495 to it, so we're already 41% there. What other avenues are we pursuing to raise funds? We are actively pursuing multiple grants and, of course, additional donations. We've identified and begun application for several promising opportunities and continue to expand our prospect list as new funding sources emerge. The Colorado State Library, we love them. They have been a great resource and help to us as far as finding grants, and also the grant funders that we've been talking to keep giving us other grants we should also go after. So everybody that has heard about this project is very excited and they want to see it come to fruition and are doing everything they can to give us the resources for this to move forward smoothly. So very grateful for all the outside help we are getting. I will also say this Colorado State Library and the Library Resource Center was huge in helping us with this survey. There was a lot of back and forth. What should we ask? We didn't want to really repeat the 2022 survey. We wanted it to be more specific to this project, and they were an incredible resource in getting that going as well. So big thanks to those guys. This is the current floor plan. Thank you, Aaliyah. A current floor plan did not exist for this building. So we brought in Aaliyah and she was able to come in. She did say it was like, especially in this area, that it was one of the weirdest layouts she's ever worked with. And it is, because there's been a lot of weird add-ons throughout the years. So this is the current floor plan. Nothing is labeled. As you saw in the tour, this wall is temporary and will come down for sure. This wall is temporary and could come down. We don't know yet.
So can we go back to that?
Yes.
Because I'm trying to get myself oriented.
You came in here.
The tree is here?
Yeah, the tree is here.
Okay.
The painted tree, you
Yeah.
mean? Yes, yeah, the painted tree. I don't see the painted tree saying. We are getting a cool growth tree though that's beautiful with all the donors, and I do see that being in this entrance area with a mural that is in memory of Bert Rosen.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we came in the door here.
Yeah, you came in right here actually.
It's down here.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And the tree is where?
The tree is here.
Painted on this wall?
Yes,
Oh,
in this
and
weird corner.
This is the room that may have a stage.
Yes, yes, yeah. And we do have a mock-up of a potential floor plan coming too. It's just one of many ideas, but just to give you an idea of what it could look like. What shape is the building in? This has been a big question and is very valid. Again, we wanted to know what we were getting into before we purchased the building. Electrical inspection has been done. San Isabel came out. They looked at everything. It's great. Good to go. Plumbing needs a hydraulic flush. That's pretty standard, honestly, and expected. They also can cap off toilets and water fountains we don't need, and upgrade the drinking water fountain because we're not keeping the ones that are in there. So I'm gonna go back to this screen really quick. The water fountain that's on this wall over here, I see that just going away. It can just be capped off. And then this water fountain being the upgraded water fountain with the bottle filler. Roof inspection. We will need a new roof in the next 5 to 7 years is what we were told. So we just went ahead and included it in this project. It is a cost of $70,000. The $20,000 pledge from the Bonicelli Family Foundation is specifically for the new roof. So we already have $20,000 towards the new roof. We just need the other $50,000. Heating inspection, you could tell, worked great. It was very warm in the building this morning, so that's good to go. Playground inspection. It does need new surfacing and signage. That's a liability thing that says what age is allowed on what pieces. Not that kids read that, but we do have to have that. There is one repair needed on the main unit. It's on one of the ladders. It's a pretty simple repair. And then just some minor hardware and cap repair and replacement. But then the playground will be good to go. Asbestos inspection. There were trace amounts found in the stucco, which were not obviously disturbing, and the roof, which is why the cost of the roof is $70,000. It's just that includes mitigating that, but they're not really at risk of being disturbed. It's already been addressed. Yes.
And insulation and heating. Do you have, I can't remember if you already told us this, what the monthly,
Roughly $12,000 to $15,000, but that's all utilities.
a month,
No, a year.
a year?
A year, yes. And that is based on previous bills that we could get our hands on. And then also, honestly, just taking what we pay and multiplying it by the square footage.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So the library board has already identified these priorities, and these are based on our preliminary inspections and also just what cosmetically we know needs to happen. These are listed alphabetically. We're not saying this is the order we're doing them in, but these are the priorities. New flooring, interior painting, the playground, all the playground things, the plumbing, the presentation program room, getting that ready, and the materials and the furniture, roof and windows. So those are our priorities going into it, and everything beyond that, we'll see what comes of the final design. What do we see? Again, this is just mini ideas. So East Branch changes, so many options, so much potential. The 2 south classrooms combined into one large program presentation space, that wall coming down. Possibly the westernmost north classroom converted into a family room with an attached parent workspace. But we have talked about other locations, which you saw, possibly that far northeast classroom with the outside access. And then that classroom east of that original one we just talked about becoming a teen room, and added storage for our expanded library of things. What does that do to our current location? Again, this is just what we see. We'll see what comes of the survey. If we move the teen room out of our current location, the existing teen room could become our local history room. The existing family room could be converted into a computer and workspace area, which would take all the computers out of the front room where fiction books are stored. So it would take the computers out of there into this other room. And then, if you recall, we have some of our fiction is actually stored upstairs in what we call our fiction annex. That would give us space to get... Honestly, the fiction annex is not great. So we would like to bring that down into the fiction room if we got the computers out of there, and then all the fiction can be together again in one reading room, essentially, a quiet reading room.
Ashley,
Yes.
what is considered the teen room today?
So when you walk in the Main Street door, you know, there's my office.
Right.
The room right behind it
Oh,
is the teen
Yeah.
room.
Yeah.
Yes. So that could become the local history room. So this is a mock-up. It's kind of hard to see, so I'm going to go through this. This is labeled as staff area. If we would like these two areas, as mentioned, to become some staff workspace area. We are in desperate need of more staff workspace and storage area. This right now, we just have lease, maybe, or mixed use. We'll see. These 3 rooms we labeled as library of things. Could be our kitchen library, especially if we get that door and it goes into the kitchen. Then that makes it easy for collaboration. Possibly tool library, music library, but library of things. This is the original spot we were talking about, possibly the children's room with the parent lounge, possibly teen room. And this is the bathroom. We were saying we could close off from here and come through this way instead. mixed use, lease this, we don't know, we'll see. Also, same thing, mixed use, but also maybe this becomes the family room. Again, we'd want to do some sound mitigation because of this wall right here, if there's a program going on. And then this big open space for our programming area. So many possibilities though. I see this changing 1,000 times before we actually get to it. We do have the survey going. Please QR code if you can, or the hard copies are back there. How can you support? Make a donation to the Growth Tree Capital Fundraiser. You don't have to purchase a leaf. It can just be in any amount. You can purchase a leaf and you can get together with some of your friends if you'd like. And y'all can decide what it says and have a leaf on the growth tree. And the biggest thing is just keep spreading the good word. And if you're a social media person, sharing it is very, very helpful. Let's just keep talking about it and keep this momentum going, because the fact that we're already 41%-ish to our goal is great. I do want to publicly thank the family of Bert Rosen. They are the ones who are funding this entire tree so that we don't even eat that cost, so that all of the donations can go directly to this project. The tree will be mounted in the new building with an artist mural that is going to honor Bert. So all of your contributions go directly to it. And here's some contact information, but all of you, I think, know how to get a hold of me. I don't think there's anybody in here that doesn't know where to find me. And then I'm just going to leave it here on the survey. Questions? Yes.
Have you talked to any other library directors who've undergone remodeling?
Mm-hmm.
And either in Colorado or this part of Colorado or whatever, have you been in touch with them? And
Yes, so that's been one of the great things with the state library is they know who have just done this. So Buena Vista was one that has just done this. And so I've been talking to them, and I'm actually trying to, scheduling's hard, see when I can go see their expansion, their remodels, their whatever they just did. I'd like to go see it. And then I'd also like to go see some other children, family, teen areas, because if we're going to move that, this is our chance to really be inspired. So I have been talking to them about their challenges, what was great, how they got the community behind it, and all that stuff.
Great.
So I love talking to other library directors and picking their brains. I don't like to reinvent the wheel. If they did something that works, then I want to do it. Or if they did something that didn't work, then I know to avoid it. So,
great, thank you.
You're welcome. Other questions?
Actually, do you see the playground being open to the public? And if you do, what's going to be our liability?
So we need to have signs that say no dogs. That's going to be a big liability. Is not allowing dogs. I would like the playground though to be open. I've already been talking to the insurance company about what that looks like, and mostly if we have no dogs and we have the proper signage, we're covered. So I would like it to be open all the time. Some of that may depend on the behavior and what happens if we do that. We'll see. Hopefully everybody can follow the rules and respect the space so that it can be open all the time. But if that doesn't happen, then we'll have to revisit.
Or the neighbor across the alley can come out and say, settle down, you kids.
Yes. David's the neighbor across the alley, if y'all didn't know that. Yeah. So,
And
yes.
will you have matching hours at the Central Library and the East?
Yes, that is the plan. Absolutely. Yes.
What is the dog liability? I mean, what, I'm just curious, I'm not a dog owner, but I know it's an issue.
It's the potential of a dog biting a person. That's the big thing.
That's
Dog
it.
bites. Dog bites. Or maybe even two dogs fighting. But the bigger liability is, a dog biting a human. So, and I will say one of the ideas that has come up with that outdoor space, which personally I'm in love with, is doing some community gardening. And maybe we have a greenhouse for kids, a greenhouse for teens, and a greenhouse for adults. And that could tie into the whole kitchen library and cooking classes things. So we also don't want dogs out there for that reason, because we would like to have some, I think a nice community garden would be incredible. Yes.
I was just going to mention that about the programs that possibly the school system doesn't offer, that you could supplement in with exactly what you're talking about with permaculture and
Yeah.
sustainability programs that possibly they don't have
Exactly.
there. That would, that's a coming thing. We're going into that right now.
Absolutely.
And should be taught in the schools, I think, with young kids.
Yeah.
And so that would be what I would be interested in, is the programs. And I was just thinking about that little greenhouse that they have across the street.
The street.
Move that over.
Yes,
Start with
exactly.
that, you know.
Give it to us. Yeah, so the library has always had, how can we support the school and be a supplement to the school without duplicating what the school is doing? And this is a great example. The key words that keep coming to my mind is like a nature school or a nature-based, program where you're growing it from seed up, and then you're learning how to can it, or you're learning how to cook it, or whatever. But yeah.
So like having a physical space dedicated to a topic like the music and the garden and the tools, and if we had a space, if all of those things are incorporated into a sustainability focus, then that would be a really forward-looking, it could encompass so much of what we're looking, what would it not encompass?
Exactly. I think that's so important. Yeah, that's very valid. I would love to see it go that direction. We'll see what survey says. Yes, Robin.
And I should hush up, but what kind of coordination have you established with the town government in terms of making this move?
So I've been in constant communication with Heather. We've already gone through the zoning. The zoning is great. We don't have to do anything about zoning. Heather has been very upfront with when we get to the actual renovations, like actual work, she is so on board in helping guide us through the permits, the proper procedures, all that. So the foundation has been laid with the office staff there, and she herself has been very excited to see this go forward. And yeah, right now we're just kind of in a waiting phase because we just purchased it, and we'll see when work can begin. But those doors have already been opened for guidance and the proper steps when we get to the work.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ashley?
Yes.
The library periodically moves books out of circulation over to the book nook.
Correct.
And the book nook is overflowing with books.
Yes.
Will this expansion help that? Help the book nook, or?
I don't think we know yet. I will say the Friends are very interested in being more involved in like specific events and specific programming. So I have ideas in that it would help in that way, help with our collaboration and programming together. But as far as book flow, at this point, I don't see how what we're doing would help with that. Unless we have more book sales at a different location.
A storage space in the back.
Exactly. More places to put the books that are overflowing from the book nook. We could store them in the staff area somewhere. So you're right. The book nook is also bursting at the seams. Other questions?
Well, kind of more of a statement, talking about having a place dedicated for like college extension. Again, not duplicating what the school's doing, but something that, and something I did in the early 2000s with Trinidad State was we had it so that kids could get college credits with the basic classes, or adults could take it or whatever. And so kind of, not duplicating what the school's been doing, but, with CSU Pueblo or somebody that might be interested in doing some kind of extension. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really attractive to
Yeah, I
us
think that, like,
as the library staff and the library board. And we happen to have a library board member who is actually employed by CSU. So that is an in that already exists to get that going. Other questions?
Are you gonna tell us who that is?
It's Jared. He is with the State Forest Service, which is under CSU. So, yeah.
And I assume then you're coordinating with the school in terms of how you work together.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we've already had meetings with the school. We already have a big MOU, memorandum of understanding in place, and all these things have been talked about. So, yeah,
Great, thank you.
we do not want to duplicate.
I see this as a real plus as far as accessibility to students, in that they can't, when school's out, it's pretty much out. They aren't going to go out there. They could come here at all times of the day, maybe even during the evenings or whatever programs you have going, that they wouldn't go to the school. And so I see that as, real plus,
Yeah, give the kids something to do other than go get.
In trouble.
Thank you. I wasn't going to finish the sentence, but you did. Thank you.
I think it's also a good go-between for once a kid is no longer in school.
Yes.
During your final summer, you graduated, you don't really have the opportunities in the school building like you may have previously. So having a third space, as they call it, would be extremely beneficial to kids who are going out into the world.
Yeah. And maybe this space has a resource that they need for that transition
Especially
that we can provide.
internet access, all those sorts of things. Maybe you have, and if you could offer programs with some sort of college counseling, that sort of thing that
Yes.
is.
Financial aid.
Yeah, financial aid
Yeah.
counseling particularly, that maybe they do offer at the school, but they don't have the staffing and, just to reduce redundancies and that sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll see that those are questions on the survey, like college career prep. Are you interested in seeing that? Things like that are on there. So, other questions? Yes.
What other groups or businesses or individuals have you coordinated with in terms of the town to keep them appraised of what's happening?
As far as like our market, our public, like our PR?
Or just letting them, informing people? Like, I
Yeah.
haven't seen anything in the World Journal, for example.
So we did have an article in the World Journal.
That didn't explain, but that was before the purchase, right?
It was before the purchase. I actually did reach out to them several times about today to try to get somebody here and did not get a response. So I was trying to get the media here. So I can't force them to come, but I wanted them to know that there is an exciting update and all that. I didn't get an answer.
You could probably do a press release and
So,
send it over.
Absolutely, I could just write an article myself, which I've done several times. I do prefer that it's more covered by one of their journalists, but we may have to go that route. Beyond that, our normal routes of communication is, of course, our newsletter. So if you're not subscribed to our newsletter, please get on that. Our Facebook page, which this is a good time to tell you, we have a new Facebook page, you guys. Levita Regional Library District. Please go follow that. Our Instagram page, which doesn't get a lot of action just because I don't think Instagram is super popular here for our patrons, but we're trying. Of course, our website. And then occasionally you'll see posters around town, like there were posters about today's event and stuff like that. So we try to get the word out, but if you're not subscribed to our newsletter or on social media or even just see the posters, it gets a little difficult. So, and maybe after today I'll hear back from World Journal. We'll see. Other questions? Yes,
Well, I commend you and your board for taking this on.
thank you.
You've got your work cut out for you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what I do.
That's good.
That's why I've been consciously getting other things off of my plate, and I can really, really focus on this. I've been, if you don't know, I've been dropping some of my outside of library duties pretty heavily, actually. It's been great. As I get darts from eyes in the back. But yeah, I've been dropping a lot of my outside duties because I knew this was going to be my focus. So, yeah.
I think all of us are so supportive and positive about the library and what it's contributed to the community and how far you all are willing to go to meet our needs, and not just you, but your full staff and the board. And I just think it's an amazing organization and stable and has been there for us. And I applaud everybody for that.
Thank
So
you.
thank you so much.
Thank you, Robin. Oh, thanks.